Aliens called for help but summoned the Deathworlder fleet instead. Part 1. The desperate signal. The alien alliance was in chaos. Their worlds were burning, cities falling, and fleets destroyed faster than they could replace them. The council of their leaders gathered in the central chamber of their capital ship, a massive floating city that glimmered in space. The leaders argued, their voices loud, filled with fear and frustration. "We need help," said Leora, the youngest counselor, her tentacle-like arms shaking slightly. "Our systems cannot hold. We are losing millions every day." "We cannot call for full military aid," said Elder Karan, his voice low and strained. "The Galactic Council might intervene, but only with diplomats. They will not send soldiers. They will not send weapons. Our enemy will destroy us before anyone arrives." "Then we have no choice," Leora replied. She looked around the room, her eyes wide. "We send a distress signal, a full plea for help. If the Council cannot help us, someone will, someone must." They all knew the risks. Sending a distress signal into deep space was dangerous. Anyone could pick it up. Any fleet could respond. They had no idea who might come. But desperation outweighed caution. Their fleet was scattered, their homeworlds vulnerable. They had no other option. Leora gave the final command. The signal began to pulse into the void, carrying every detail of their destruction. It included coordinates, the scale of their enemy, and the type of assistance they needed. Medics, peacekeepers, negotiators, small defense fleets. They called for anything that could save them. The message was filled with hope and fear in equal measure. Far away, on the edge of human space, the signal reached a listening post orbiting a small, cold planet. The post was nearly silent, humming with the low energy of computers and sensors. The officers on duty were used to receiving routine messages, trade requests, and occasional warnings from neighboring systems. But this message was different. "Captain Morgan, you need to see this," said Officer Emma Ross, pointing to a glowing console. The message had been automatically translated. The words jumped off the screen: urgent assistance requested, enemies overwhelming the Alliance, immediate help needed. Captain Jack Morgan leaned forward, his hands gripping the edge of the console. He was tall, with short brown hair and sharp green eyes. His expression was serious, calm, but intense. "They're calling for help," he said. "Anyone could respond. Could be traders, could be the Council. Looks like they want protection." Emma shook her head. "It's more than protection. They're asking for combat support. Weapons, fleet support, full engagement. This is not a simple request. It's a call for war." Jack's eyes narrowed. "That's exactly what we do. Humans respond to threats like this, especially if a species is at risk of extinction. We don't wait for permission. We act." The message continued to flow, giving coordinates, describing enemy numbers, and showing the desperation of the alien alliance. Jack read the details carefully. The enemy was overwhelming, but the aliens were intelligent. They had technology, but it was scattered, disorganized. Their defenses were weak in certain areas. A skilled force could change the outcome. "How many ships do we need?" asked Emma. She was a tactical officer, calm under pressure, and she already began running calculations. "Their fleet is small, but their homeworld defenses are heavy. It's not just an open fight. We need full firepower to guarantee success." Jack nodded. "We're not sending a small team. We bring the fleet, every combat-ready ship available. If they ask for help, they will get humans. We cannot underestimate them." The humans began preparing. Jack gave orders to nearby space stations and command posts. The word spread quickly. A distress call had been received from the unknown alien alliance, and humanity was answering. Ships from deep space docks powered up. Engines ignited. Fleets readied weapons, shields, and landing forces. The crew members of each ship moved with practiced efficiency, unaware of the galaxy watching them. Among the humans preparing was Lieutenant Lucas Hale, a young officer with sharp instincts and a talent for strategy. He checked weapon systems, scanned enemy simulations, and ran calculations for fleet formations. He understood the risk but trusted human training. Humans were different from most species. They adapted quickly. They fought relentlessly. Survival was not an option, it was a guarantee. Captain, fleet readiness is at 98%, Lucas reported. We can jump in as soon as we receive coordinates. Good, Jack said. We do not hesitate, we move fast. No warning, no delays, they need us now. Far on the alien side, the leaders watched their communications panel, unaware of what was approaching. Their message had been broadcast to many species, but they assumed the safest responders would come. They imagined peacekeepers, mediators, perhaps a few small defense teams. They did not imagine what would happen next. The humans jumped to hyperspace. Massive warships, each bristling with weapons, engines glowing, moved at speeds no other fleet could match. The alien alliance had never seen such a coordinated response. Hundreds of ships moved as one, calculating, predicting, and adapting faster than alien sensors could track. On board the flagship, Captain Jack Morgan looked at the tactical display. Red dots represented enemy positions, blue dots human positions. The system was simple but effective. Jack studied the numbers, then tapped his comms. Emma, coordinate the fleet. Make sure every ship knows the target sectors. We protect the Alliance's worlds, but we do not hold back. Emma's fingers flew over the controls. All ships acknowledge. Formation set. Defense lines ready. Human fleet at full strength. In the alien capital chamber, panic began to rise. Lights flickered as their network tried to process incoming signals. Hundreds of unknown vessels appeared near their systems. Alarms blared. "What is that?" shouted Leora, pointing at the holographic display showing dozens of glowing ships emerging from hyperspace. "They are enormous. They are warships. No one sent warships." Elder Karan's face was pale. "They must be Deathworlders." "Deathworlders?" asked Leora, confused. Karan swallowed hard. "We have heard legends. Humans are from worlds where survival is impossible without extreme adaptation. They respond to distress calls as a threat to act against. They fight like nothing else in the galaxy. If they answer fully. Then we are doomed," Leora whispered, fear creeping into her voice. "We only asked for help. We did not want this." The alien alliance tried to send a cancel signal, but it was too late. The human fleet had already entered the outer perimeter. Sensors picked up enemy movements and predicted attack points. Tactical officers like Maya Cole and Noah Parker coordinated strike teams, analyzing alien and enemy positions. Humans did not wait for orders from the aliens. They acted. They did what they always did. They prepared to fight to save another species. Back on the human ships, Jack Morgan spoke to the fleet. "Remember, we are here to protect, not to destroy unnecessarily. We end threats to the Alliance. We do not attack the innocent. Everyone follows protocol. We act fast, we act smart, and we act together. Humans answer calls like this. This is what we do." The fleet moved closer. The alien alliance watched in horror and awe. Their simple request had summoned an unstoppable force. They realized the scale of what they had done too late. Their lives, their worlds, and their futures rested in the hands of humans who came from Deathworlds. And somewhere deep inside the human fleet, Captain Jack Morgan smiled faintly. He knew the aliens did not fully understand who had answered their call. They were about to learn the true meaning of help. Human Style Part 2. Humanity answers the call. The human fleet moved through space like a living organism. Hundreds of ships, sleek and heavily armed, formed precise patterns around the alien system. Each vessel had a purpose. Fighters and bombers were in the front lines. Scouts and sensors spread to detect threats, and larger capital ships remained in the center, bristling with weapons and shields. On board the flagship, Captain Jack Morgan observed the fleet. His eyes scanned the holographic display, red and blue markers shifting as sensors detected every movement. Beside him, Emma Ross coordinated the tactical teams. "We are in position, Captain," she said. "All ships report full readiness. Enemy detection systems are live and our calculations show optimal attack points." Jack nodded. "Good. We do not hesitate. We protect the Alliance and we end any threat that comes at them. Humans do not negotiate when lives are at stake. We act." Far below, the alien Alliance watched from their capital ship. Leora and the Council could not believe what they were seeing. Their request for help had been answered in the most extreme way possible. Hundreds of massive human warships now surrounded their systems. Lights and weapons flared across space, reflections of engines glowing on the alien monitors. "We cannot fight them," said Leora, her voice trembling. "They are enormous. Their ships are larger than our capital fleets combined. They will destroy us if they attack." Elder Quran remained silent for a moment. Then he whispered, "They may not be here to destroy us, but they will respond to our enemies with everything they have. They do not do anything halfway." The Council tried to send messages of reassurance to the humans, but their attempts were blocked by human automated defense protocols. The humans did not require permission. They did not wait for explanations. The moment a distress call reached them, they acted. And their action was always complete. On board the human ships, Lieutenant Lucas Hale ran simulations of the alien system. "Captain, enemy fleets are approaching," he reported. "They are fast but poorly coordinated. If we engage, we can neutralize them in minutes." Jack tapped his comm. "Emma, prepare strike teams. Position ships around enemy entry points. No hesitation. Protect the Alliance and end any threat before it can reach inhabited worlds." The human fleet moved with uncanny precision. Fighters and bombers raced toward enemy forces, while larger ships stayed in formation, shielding vulnerable points. Maya Cole, stationed on a command ship, coordinated interceptors. Each attack, each movement, was calculated to protect the alien worlds while inflicting maximum pressure on the enemy. As the enemy fleet approached, the aliens panicked. Alarms blared on their control panels. Their ships were faster than humans, but they lacked coordination. The humans anticipated every move, adjusting positions, shielding weak points, and cutting off escape routes. Leora's tentacles trembled as she watched ships vanish in seconds, enemy vessels exploding under precise human fire. "We cannot stop them," said one alien officer, voice trembling. "They are too fast, too accurate, they are unstoppable." "This is humanity," Quran said quietly. "This is what happens when Deathworlders answer a call. They protect and they fight. Do not mistake mercy for weakness. This is complete action." Jack Morgan spoke to the fleet. "Remember, we do not attack the innocent. We protect the Alliance first. Every strike is calculated. Every action is deliberate. Humans do not waste strength, but we do not hold back when lives are at risk." The alien Alliance could see the humans' method. Ships formed impenetrable walls around populated worlds, intercepting enemy fighters before they could reach planets. Human bombers hit supply lines, crippling enemy reinforcements. Sensors picked up enemy movements, and humans anticipated every strategy, every retreat. No alien weapon could outmaneuver them. Emma Ross coordinated communications across the fleet. All teams report success. Enemy casualties increasing. Planetary defense shields remain intact. Alliance systems secure. Jack allowed himself a moment of satisfaction. Humans were doing what they always did. They protected the weak, fought the dangerous, and ensured survival. In every move, they showed the discipline, strength, and ferocity that had earned them the name Deathworlders. On the alien side, the Council could only watch in awe and fear. Leora's eyes widened as entire enemy squadrons vanished in seconds. Explosions lit the void, but not a single inhabited world suffered damage. How are they doing this?" she asked, voice shaking. Quran shook his head. "Humans are unlike any species we know. They do not just fight. They adapt, anticipate, and act decisively. We asked for help. We summoned protectors. We did not understand the cost. Meanwhile, human boarding parties prepared for any needed ground operations. Lieutenant Noah Parker led squads ready to secure space stations, supply depots, or planetary defense nodes. They moved with calm efficiency, trained to work in coordination with fleet operations. Every soldier, every officer understood the mission: protect, secure, and prevent unnecessary loss of life. As human forces continued their advance, the alien enemy realized they had made a critical error. Their fleets were being outmaneuvered, their supply lines destroyed, and their strategies countered at every turn. Alien commanders tried to retreat, but humans anticipated escape routes. Ships were intercepted, surrounded, and neutralized before they could regroup. In the alien council chamber, panic turned to disbelief. They are everywhere," said Leora. "Every move we make, they anticipate. They are faster than our minds can comprehend." Elder Karan nodded grimly. "This is why they survive. Humans do not fight like other species. They fight like their worlds fight, like Deathworlders, complete, relentless, and intelligent. They will not fail if lives depend on it." Back in the human fleet, Captain Jack Morgan issued the next orders. "We continue to press forward. Shield planets, intercept enemy forces, secure supply lines. Humanity does not wait for permission. We respond fully to the call. This is what humans do. This is how Deathworlders protect." The battle continued, swift and precise. The humans did not revel in destruction, but neither did they hesitate. Each move was calculated to ensure Alliance survival. Fighter squadrons blocked enemy reinforcements, bombers destroyed strategic nodes, and capital ships formed barriers around critical planets. Humans worked together as one, a machine of protection and power. As the alien leaders observed the humans, they began to understand the truth. These were not typical soldiers. Humans were survivors, hardened by worlds where failure meant death. Every ship, every action, every strategy demonstrated intelligence and endurance beyond alien imagination. We misjudged what help means," Leora whispered. "We thought we would get aid, not this. They are the fleet of a death world. We cannot comprehend their response." Karan nodded. "This is only the beginning. If humans are here, the enemy has no chance. They respond completely. We do not need to fear human failure, only human wrath." The human fleet advanced further, positioning itself strategically across the alien system. Planets, stations, and fleets were protected with precision. Any remaining enemy forces realized quickly that resistance was futile. Humans anticipated every strike, every retreat, and every maneuver. Nothing escaped their calculation. Jack Morgan observed the progress and allowed himself a small smile. Humans had arrived. They were doing what they always did. They did not negotiate the terms of engagement. They did not consider hesitation. They acted fully, decisively, and without mercy toward threats. This was the true meaning of human help. And far in the alien council chamber, Leora and the leaders realized the truth. Their desperate call for help had summoned the mightiest warriors in the galaxy. They did not know it, but humans from Deathworlds had come. And their lives, their worlds, and their futures would be changed forever. Part 3. Fear turns to shock. The human fleet held the outer rim of the alien system like a wall no enemy could pass. Every ship moved in perfect synchronization, scanning, attacking, and defending. The aliens watched in horror as their enemies, previously thought unstoppable, fell one by one. "Look at them," shouted Leora, pointing at the holographic display. "Every move we predict, they counter. Every fleet formation we try, they crush it." Elder Karan remained calm, though his face was pale. "This is what humans do. They are not just fighters. They are hunters, protectors, and survivors. They anticipate every mistake and exploit it fully. We thought we understood war. We do not understand humans yet." Far above the burning planets and scattered fleets, human fighters streaked through space. Lieutenant Lucas Hale directed their movements with precision. Squadron Alpha, intercept enemy reinforcements at Sector 9. Squadron Beta, protect planetary shields in Sector 11. Maintain speed and formation. Do not engage unnecessarily but stop any threat. Fighter pilots followed orders without question. Their ships were fast, durable, and armed with weapons far beyond alien standards. They moved like a single organism, striking where needed and covering each other's blind spots. Enemy ships tried to flank, but humans anticipated every move. On the alien capital ship, panic turned to disbelief. Alarms blared, warning lights flashed, and chaos reigned. Leora's tentacles twitched nervously as she watched explosions light up space. How are they doing this? They are everywhere at once. Elder Karan shook his head. Humans do not fight like other species. They are from Deathworlds where survival is not a choice. They adapt, anticipate, and act decisively. Every move they make is complete. They will not fail. Understand this. They will win because they refuse to lose. The enemy fleet tried to regroup, forming tight formations to resist the human assault. They fired beams, missiles, and energy pulses, hoping to breach human shields. But the humans were always ready. Each attack was met with a calculated counter-bombers destroyed enemy supply ships before they could reach front lines, while fighters cut off retreat paths. Lieutenant Noah Parker oversaw boarding operations in space stations and control hubs that the enemy had tried to hold. Squads of humans moved with speed and discipline. Every soldier knew their role, every movement practiced and precise. They neutralized enemy forces without harming civilians. "Status report," Captain Jack Morgan asked, scanning the battle display. Emma Ross replied, "Enemy formations are breaking apart. Planetary shields intact. Enemy reinforcements intercepted. Alliance world secure." "Casualties minimal," Jack nodded. "Good, continue. Humans respond completely. We protect, we defend, we end threats. This is the standard. Remember, no hesitation, act fast, act together, act fully." In the alien council chamber, Leora's fear escalated into panic. "They are destroying fleets we thought could hold," she cried. "They are faster, smarter, stronger. They fight without mercy, yet they spare the innocent. How is this possible?" Karan spoke calmly. "This is the truth about humans. They are Deathworlders. Their worlds are harsh. Their survival demanded intelligence, endurance, and ferocity. They will not retreat. They will not fail when others cannot survive." The enemy commander tried to issue new orders, but human scouts had already anticipated them. Every channel of communication was jammed or monitored. Human ships moved as if they could see into the enemy's mind. The alien fleet realized that resistance was hopeless. Humans were not just attacking, they were predicting, controlling, and dominating the battlefield without mercy. On the human flagship, Captain Jack Morgan tapped a comm. "Prepare the second wave. Intercept any escape routes. Neutralize critical targets. Humans do not leave threats standing if lives are at risk. Remember, we respond fully to the call." Fighter squadrons moved with lightning speed, cutting off enemy retreats and pushing forward with precision strikes. Bombers targeted fuel depots and command hubs, crippling enemy logistics. Capital ships created barriers around inhabited planets, shielding them from harm. Humans acted as one, coordinated and unstoppable. In the alien command chamber, Leora stared at the display, eyes wide. They are everywhere. Every enemy we send is destroyed instantly. We cannot hide, we cannot flee. This is beyond anything we imagined." Karan nodded slowly. "You see why humans are feared, not because they seek war, but because they are complete. They respond fully. Their might is matched only by their purpose: protect, survive, endure. Understand this, they are not invaders. They are guardians of those who cannot defend themselves." The enemy tried one last desperate maneuver. A concentrated fleet aimed directly at the planets of the alien alliance, hoping to break through human lines. Missiles and energy beams streaked across space, colliding with human shields. Explosions lit the void, but human defenses held firm. Not a single planet suffered damage. Emma Ross monitored every movement. Captain, enemy strike is contained, planetary shields at full strength, human counterattack ready. Jack smiled slightly. Execute, end the threat completely. Humans answer calls fully. This is what we do. Human bombers and fighters struck with unmatched precision. Enemy ships were destroyed, captured, or forced to retreat. Human tactics were flawless. Alien forces could not comprehend the speed, strategy, and coordination. It was as if humans anticipated every thought, every move, every weakness. In the alien council chamber, Leora and the other leaders could only stare. We misjudged help," Leora whispered. "We did not mean this. We only wanted aid, not total destruction of our enemies." Elder Quran's face was grave. "This is what humans are. They are Deathworlders. They survive where others fail. They protect where others falter. Your call was answered fully. Now you understand the cost and the power of human help." On the battlefield, human forces began cleanup operations. Noah Parker led squads to secure abandoned stations and damaged fleets. Lucas Hale ensured enemy reinforcements could not regroup. Maya Cole coordinated shield repairs and tactical positions to prevent further threats. Every human knew their role, every action precise. The enemy was in full retreat. Surviving forces fled into uncharted space, fearing the humans more than anything they had ever encountered. Reports came in of entire squadrons destroyed, command hubs lost, and supply lines cut. Humans did not celebrate. They simply continued to protect the alien alliance and prepare for any lingering threats. Jack Morgan addressed the fleet. "The battle is won, but we remain vigilant. Humans respond fully, and we will not fail where others might. Continue defense, secure the alliance, and be ready for any eventuality. This is the way of Deathworlders: complete action, precise protection." The alien alliance slowly began to comprehend the truth. Their worlds were safe, their fleets protected, and their enemy defeated. But they also realized something deeper. Humans did not fight like anyone else. Their speed, precision, and decisiveness were terrifying. Every move humans made was calculated to protect the innocent and eliminate threats completely. Leora's voice was quiet. We called for help and we got this. Humans are not like anyone else in the galaxy. We are lucky they answered our call." Quran nodded. "Lucky, yes, but understand this: humans do not make half measures. Their protection is absolute. Their wrath is absolute. If they answer, nothing stands in the way of saving those who cannot save themselves." Far above the system, the human fleet maintained formation. The battle was over, but the humans were ever vigilant. They repaired, resupplied, and prepared for any further threats. The alien alliance watched in awe and fear, slowly learning the true meaning of calling humans for help. And somewhere deep in the human fleet, Captain Jack Morgan looked at the alien leaders. He knew they did not yet understand the full nature of humanity. But he also knew they would never forget it. Humans from Deathworlds did not negotiate with life-or-death situations. Humans acted completely, decisively, and with unmatched skill. And that was the lesson the Alien Alliance would carry forever. Part 4. The Deathworlders revealed. The battle was over, but the human fleet did not leave immediately. Instead, they moved slowly through the alien system, scanning planets, repairing damaged stations, and securing key points. Their presence was overwhelming, but it brought a sense of security. Every world of the Alien Alliance that had faced destruction was now safe under human protection. On the alien capital ship, the Council gathered again. Leora, still shaken by what she had witnessed, addressed Elder Quran. I still cannot believe it. Their ships, their speed, their coordination. We thought we were calling for help, but they treated it as a full-scale war. They destroyed our enemies without losing a single Alliance world. How is that possible? Karan nodded slowly. They are humans, Deathworlders. Their homeworlds forced them to survive where no other species could. They fight with intelligence, strength, and endurance we cannot imagine. They do not hesitate and they do not fail. What you saw, that is human help at its fullest. Far below, Captain Jack Morgan stood on the bridge of the flagship, observing the system. His crew worked efficiently, repairing damaged stations, securing supply lines, and assisting local populations. Jack had a reputation for discipline, fairness, and precision. Humans did not fight for glory, they fought to protect life. This was what set them apart. Emma Ross approached him. "Captain, the Alliance is starting to contact us. They want to know why we fought like we did. They are afraid but also grateful." Jack nodded. "We protect, we do not destroy unnecessarily, but we respond fully. That is what humans do. They called for help and we answered completely. Now we teach them what that means." The first alien delegation arrived on the flagship. Leora led them, cautious but curious. Her tentacles twitched nervously as she observed the humans. She had expected merciless warriors, but she saw calm discipline instead. Humans moved with purpose, but they did not revel in destruction. Their eyes were alert, their faces serious but not cruel. Jack greeted the delegation. "I am Captain Jack Morgan. We received your call. We came to protect and we did so fully. Tell us what you need next and we will act." Leora hesitated, unsure of how to respond. We did not expect this. We thought we were calling for limited aid. We did not mean to summon such a force. Our fleets are broken, our cities damaged. How can we ever repay you?" Jack shook his head. "Repayment is not the point. Humans respond to calls for help. When lives are at risk, we do not hesitate. Your survival was more important than anything else. That is what humans do. That is the way of Deathworlders." Karan spoke quietly from the delegation. "Then tell us why humans fight this way. We have never seen a species respond so completely. Even our best fleets could not achieve what you did." Jack gestured to his fleet. "Humans come from worlds where survival is never guaranteed. Conditions are harsh, dangerous, and unrelenting. We learn to fight, to adapt, and to endure. Our tactics, our speed, our coordination, they are born from necessity. We protect those who cannot protect themselves. That is our way." Emma Ross added, "We do not seek war. We do not seek conquest. But when someone calls for help, we answer fully. The enemy does not get a second chance. The innocent do not suffer. That is how humans operate. That is how Deathworlders survive." Leora looked at the humans, trying to understand. "So, your battle was not just for us. It was how you are. It is your nature," Jack nodded. "Yes, humans do not fight half-heartedly. We act decisively. We act completely. When we protect fully. We do not leave threats standing. We do not retreat. We do not fail. It is who we are." The alien council was silent for a moment. The weight of understanding settled over them. The humans they had feared, the warriors who had destroyed enemy fleets without hesitation, were not cruel. They were survivors. They were protectors. And they were relentless because their survival demanded it. As humans continued repairs and security operations, Leora began asking questions about their culture. "How do you coordinate so quickly? How do your fleets anticipate enemy movements before they happen?" Lucas Hale, standing nearby, replied calmly. "Training, experience, and teamwork. Humans practice, adapt, and study every scenario. We learn from mistakes quickly. We prepare for the worst and we act decisively. Our survival depends on it." Maya Cole added, "Our ships, weapons, and crews are all designed to work together. Every pilot, soldier, and officer knows their role. Coordination is not just training, it is instinct, built from generations of survival on Deathworlds." The aliens listened, fascinated. They had never encountered a species that integrated survival, strategy, and protection so completely. It was beyond anything their history had prepared them for. Noah Parker led a demonstration for the aliens, showing how boarding teams secured enemy stations and neutralized threats without harming civilians. Alien officers watched as humans moved with precision, speed, and discipline. Every move was purposeful, every action calculated. It was both terrifying and awe-inspiring. Leora finally spoke, her voice filled with awe. We called for help and we got humans. We thought it would be aid, maybe a few ships. We did not expect this. Your way of protecting is overwhelming but also safe for us. Jack nodded. Humans do not compromise on survival. If a species faces extinction, we act completely. We do not fight for glory or for conquest. We fight to protect. That is our purpose. That is why humans are feared and why we are respected. We answer calls fully because lives matter. The aliens began to see the truth. Human help was not just power, it was certainty. Where humans were present, no threat could succeed. Planets survived, populations were protected, and the innocent were spared. Humans were not conquerors, they were guardians. Over the next few days, humans helped rebuild alien stations, repair damaged fleets, and stabilize critical systems. Ben Carter and Kate Miles coordinated supply chains, medical aid, and infrastructure repair alongside soldiers and engineers. The aliens watched humans operate, amazed at how efficiently and decisively they worked. They do not rest, Leora said quietly to Karan. They repair, they protect, they fight, and they coordinate all at the same time. We cannot comprehend their energy or skill. Karan nodded. This is why humans survive. They adapt, endure, and act completely. The galaxy underestimates them because it does not understand Deathworlders. Now we do. Jack gathered the alien council for a final briefing. Your fleets are rebuilt, your stations are secure, your worlds are safe. Humans do not leave threats standing, and we do not abandon those who call for help. Remember this lesson. Never underestimate a species that survived harsh worlds. We act fully, decisively, and without hesitation. That is humanity's way. Leora bowed slightly. We will remember, your actions saved us. We cannot thank you enough. Jack smiled faintly. Your survival is thanks enough. Humans do not seek thanks. We act because it is right. Your call was answered fully. That is the way of Deathworlders. As the human fleet prepared to leave, the aliens realized something important. Humans had shown them the true meaning of protection, strategy, and survival. The Alliance would never forget this. The humans were not just warriors, they were the ultimate guardians, shaped by worlds that demanded perfection, endurance, and decisiveness. And far above, Captain Jack Morgan looked at the system one last time. The battle was over. The alien worlds were safe. Humans had revealed the truth of Deathworlder culture. Survival demanded action, protection demanded decisiveness, and life demanded humans to respond fully. Part 5. Help, human style. The alien system was quiet now. The enemy had been defeated, their fleets destroyed or scattered into uncharted space. The planets were safe, their stations repaired, and their populations protected. Yet the aliens still could not fully comprehend what had happened. The humans had arrived as a response to a simple plea for help, and they had turned the situation into a display of precision, power, and protection unlike anything the galaxy had ever seen. On the human flagship, Captain Jack Morgan watched the system carefully. His crew continued repairs, scanning for remaining threats and securing communications. He knew humans did not leave situations half completed. Protection, survival, and certainty were the human way. Emma Ross approached him. Captain, Alliance leaders are requesting a meeting. They want to discuss their recovery plans and perhaps understand humans better. Jack nodded. Bring them to the conference room. We will explain what they need to know. Humans do not fight for pride. We fight to protect. That is the message they need to understand. The alien council arrived, still cautious but curious. Leora led them, her tentacles folded nervously. Karan was beside her, his eyes wary but respectful. The aliens had begun to understand the humans' power but not yet their purpose. Jack greeted them. "Your system is secure. The enemy has been neutralized. Your stations and fleets are repaired. Your worlds are safe. Humans do not leave threats standing, and we do not abandon those who call for help." Leora's voice trembled slightly. We are grateful. Your fleet, your actions, we did not expect this. How can a species respond with such precision, power, and care at the same time? Jack nodded calmly. Humans are shaped by survival. We come from worlds that demand strength, intelligence, and endurance. Our actions are complete because lives matter. When someone calls for help, we answer fully. That is human nature. That is the way of Deathworlders. Emma Ross added, "We do not seek war. We do not seek conquest. We do not fight for glory. We fight to protect. We act decisively because hesitation can cost lives. We respond completely to any threat to those who cannot defend themselves." The aliens listened carefully, trying to absorb the meaning. "So, your fleet, your coordination, your strategy, it is not just technology," Leora said. "It is your experience, your instinct, and your survival," Jack nodded. "Exactly. Humans train, adapt, and act together. We anticipate dangers, protect the innocent, and eliminate threats quickly. That is why humans are called Deathworlders. Our worlds demanded it. Our survival demanded it. And now, your survival demanded it too." The council was silent for a moment. The truth sank in. The humans had arrived not for recognition, not for reward, but because it was the human way to act fully when lives were at risk. The aliens had summoned help, and what they received was complete protection, unlike anything they could have imagined. As the meeting continued, human officers explained more. Lucas Hale showed how fleet coordination worked, highlighting the speed, anticipation, and teamwork involved. Maya Cole explained how human squads moved in perfect synchronization during boarding or planetary defense operations. Noah Parker demonstrated how ground teams neutralized threats without harming civilians. The aliens were awed. Never before had they witnessed such precision, such discipline, and such absolute protection. They realized that humans were not just strong fighters, they were guardians shaped by worlds that demanded perfection, endurance, and cleverness. Leora spoke again. We thought we understood war, help, and defense. We were wrong. Humans do not just fight, they protect. They anticipate, they endure, they respond completely," Jack nodded. "That is correct. Humans do not leave anything half done. We do not fail. When we answer a call for help, we act fully. Your system is safe because humans came. Your fleets are rebuilt because humans came. Your enemy is gone because humans came. That is what humans do." Over the next days, humans continued their work. Ben Carter and Kate Miles coordinated supply distribution, medical aid, and infrastructure repair alongside soldiers and engineers. Human ships patrolled orbital paths, ensuring no remaining threats approached. Human medics worked in hospitals, helping aliens injured in battle. The aliens began to see humans not as invaders but as protectors. Leora approached Jack privately. "Captain, your people, they are incredible. They act with strength but also with care. They do not leave destruction in their wake unless it is necessary to protect others. We cannot thank you enough." Jack smiled faintly. "Thank your alliance for calling for help. Humans respond fully and we act to protect. Gratitude is not necessary. Your survival is thanks enough. This is what humans do." The alien council slowly began to understand a deeper truth. Humans were not only capable of incredible destruction, they were capable of incredible protection. Where humans were present, lives were saved, systems were secured, threats were eliminated, and the innocent were spared. It was a combination of intelligence, instinct, and survival that no other species in the galaxy could match. The humans spent time training the alien fleets and defense teams. They shared tactics for coordination, shield management, and resource protection. Aliens were amazed at how much they could learn in days. Human knowledge was practical, precise, and aimed entirely at survival and protection. As the work continued, Jack gathered the human fleet on the flagship. "Our mission here is complete. Your worlds are safe. Your systems are stable. Your fleets are operational. Humans have shown the meaning of full protection. We leave, but we do not forget. Any call for help will be answered fully, anywhere, anytime." Emma Ross added, "Remember, humans act completely. When lives are at risk, humans respond. We do not negotiate with extinction, we prevent it." Leora and Karan bowed slightly, showing respect and gratitude. "We will remember. We will honor your actions. Your people, humans, are not like any we have known. Your protection is absolute, your power unmatched, and your purpose clear. We will never forget this day." Jack nodded. "Then the lesson is learned. Remember, humans are Deathworlders. We survive, we protect, and we act fully. That is the human way. It is simple, but it is absolute. Your survival demanded it. We answered completely." The humans prepared to depart. Ships powered up, engines glowing with light, and the fleet moved into formation. Alien leaders watched, awed by the humans' presence. They realized that the humans were not just visitors. They were a force that reshaped entire systems simply by answering a call for help. Before leaving, Jack spoke to the Alien Council one last time. "This is what help from humans looks like. Not hesitation, not compromise, not delay. Full action, full protection, complete response. Your worlds are safe because humans came. Your enemy is gone because humans came. That is our way. Remember it." The aliens could only nod, understanding now the true meaning of what had happened. Their worlds were intact, their fleets rebuilt, and their people alive. All because humans had answered completely, decisively, and without hesitation. As the human fleet jumped to hyperspace, leaving the alien system behind, the council remained silent. Leora finally whispered, We are changed. Humans, they are not just warriors, they are guardians. We will never forget their help." Karan nodded. "And we will tell the galaxy." The Deathworlders answered the call. "No one survives like they do. No one protects like they do. This will be remembered as the day humanity showed the true meaning of help." Far away, Captain Jack Morgan observed the galaxy ahead. The mission was complete. Another species saved, another system secured, and another lesson for the galaxy learned. Humans did not fight for glory or reward. They fought because it was the right thing to do. They acted completely, decisively, and without hesitation. The human fleet moved silently through the stars, leaving behind worlds that would tell stories of human protection for generations. They had answered the call fully, as they always did. And somewhere in those distant alien systems, a new respect, fear, and understanding of humans spread. The legend of Deathworlders, fighters, survivors, and protectors was now real. The galaxy would never forget it. Humans had come. They had acted fully. They had left a mark that no one could ignore. And that was the true power of human help.